What's up guys, I'm the East Coaster fan. We're here at Six Flags Great Adventure for Fright Fest 2025. A little windy here today, but it's pretty warm. Honestly, I don't even need a sweatshirt. But it's probably gonna get cooler at night, and it's gonna get a little more evil when all the ghouls and goblins and all the monsters come out for Fright Fest. It's a pretty chill day. I'm arriving here like 3:30, so I've already missed like half the normal day. Gonna spend a little time in the park, and then once Fright Fest kicks off, I'll be focusing more on that. For starters, it seems like they've quietly brought back Oktoberfest. Although they're not really advertising it much online. It's really just known if you show up here. But they got like a tuba show over here. I've seen that before in years past, so you can look at prior vlogs if you're curious about it. But I mean, it's nice to see the park go out with events, even though there's like less rides than last year. With it being Fright Fest today, the park's obviously busy. I mean, look at how many cars there were in the freaking parking lot. So this is the kind of day where being a Diamond Elite member really helps, because I get a lot of skips that I'll be able to use later. But there are some things I'm gonna try and knock out as early as possible. Not Houdini, which has a really long line. I'm actually talking about the Carousel. You can see Carousel. Yes, I am.
Hi, my name is Kira. This guy's vlog is awesome. Go watch it.
Thank you. As I was saying, this is the Carousel, which is Great Adventure's carousel, but it runs backwards. I don't recall them ever doing this. Maybe they did it like many years ago, but not since I've been a pass holder. So I'm gonna make this my first ride today. Why not? Wow, that guy's real going. Wait a minute. Why is it going forward? I should have figured. With the crowds comes things that I haven't seen open all year, like Garden State Grill. There's people inside. We're gonna start off our day in the Frontier Adventure section, starting with Medusa and then heading our way to Mine Train. Wait about 20-25 minutes or so for Medusa. I was gonna do Mine Train next, but this is the line for it. I guess Medusa is gonna be the only ride we do, because I wasn't really feeling anything else without using a skip, which I'm saving for later tonight. So I'm over here by Unleashed, one of my favorite parts of Fright Fest, to go in the first show. In fact, doors are already open, so let's go get a seat. About 15 minutes before the show actually starts, but I want to make sure you get a good seat for this. So let's get Unleashed. All done with Unleashed, and honestly, that might be my favorite version of the show I've seen. I enjoyed all the acts. I thought they were really good, and the new additions, even better. This day really is just a bunch of back and forth between the different ends of Great Adventure. Because we're here now at Conjuring Maze. I don't know, they're really advertising the hell out of Conjuring this year, so it better be an improvement. Yeah, about what I expected. This whole Haunt season for me has sort of just been a decline, going from HHN to Haunt and now Fright Fest. Forgot that Army of the Dead has some of the best sets of this whole event. In my opinion, it's still not as good of a maze as Asylum, which I definitely want to do later. But, you know, the sets are pretty impressive still. I think next is Texas Chainsaw. I don't think I did this last time. Maybe I'm wrong though. But it is weird being here after Golden Kingdom officially closed. May it rest in peace. This is actually just so sad being in here. Oh, a snake. Snake. Somebody stop me! Well, not exactly sure what happened in there. Halfway through, the lights went on, and you can hear the fire alarm. I'm not sure what happened. Here's another new one, Trick or Treat. And it's in this weird spot, right next to El Toro. Maybe I'll see that, like, jack-o'-lantern kid, whatever his name is.
What do we say?
Trick or treat! Trick or treat!
Man, I know these are in decline, but, like, that was the most kiddie and basic one I've ever seen here. Like, that was so short too. What the hell? Time to ride El Toro. Look at this line. Oof. We're also told by one of the ride ops that a phone flew out and hit the bowl. Secure your freaking loose articles, because this should not be a danger zone. Wow, that is running fast, and you could probably just see alone from the footage. It's running great. And it was great riding with Mr. Toro as well, as always. He even said it was like running like crazy. What I don't like though is how long the line is. Our group has disbanded for the night, so I'm by myself again. But it gives me the opportunity now to walk through the scare zones. So we're gonna be starting off with the first one, which is also brand new for 2025, Plaza de la Muerte. The first scare zone in this area in quite a while, and the first one since I've really been covering Great Adventure as a season pass holder. So I'm excited for this. I was pretty happy with that scare zone. I really like the atmosphere in there. There's like dancers and legitimately good scares in there with like items like shakers, maracas, you name it. And a lot of good hiding spots as well. Overall, in terms of scare zones, starting off with a good one. Well, we're over here by the lake in El Toro, so we might as well check out Exile Canyon, filled with, you know, a bunch of minor folk. Pretty happy with the state of this scare zone this year as compared to last year, where it felt like no one was in there. Good job, Great Adventure. Again, the scare zones are not too bad. Houses could use a little work, but you are now partnered with Dorney, so learn something from them about really everything. Next scare zone up is Carnival. Hi. Oh, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I think the clown one might be the weakest so far. Just needs a few more scare actors in my opinion. Yeah, that's a long wait, so this will come in handy. Got on pretty much right away. The line was pretty short for Superman for Flash Pass. I wouldn't say so for regular, but it's a good perk, so I'll take advantage of it today. All right, let's check out the Fright Fest stuff that's on the other side of the fountain. always a fun scare zone by the fountain. I feel like you get some of the best reactions over there too. I just noticed though, walking over here, that the Ferris wheel is literally timing its lights to the song Thriller. Okay, that was cool. From one show to another, here is Blade Drummers, which I filmed the full show last year. You can check it out above, but I'll see what they got going on because it's fun. Barnstormer is open. Look at that. It's open right in time for Fright Fest. At least they're not removing this. Unfortunately, it does seem that while the demon decorations are up, this isn't a scare zone this year, which is a little bit of a shame. Granted, it wasn't the greatest scare zone to begin with, but at least it was a scare zone. So hopefully this comes back with a little more oomph next year. Out of all the sad sights in this park, the number one has to be King of course, like, obviously. But number two would be right here, Nitro, which has been closed for either all or the majority of Fright Fest. And it's a real shame. One, because this is a killer night ride. I'd definitely be doing it tonight. Also, it's a capacity machine, and when the park's busy, you need an attraction like Nitro operating. So it's really sad that it's not. You can see that the lights are off in the station. There is no activity up here at all. And as we're entering into November soon, and this ride's only gonna be open for so much longer, a lot of people are theorizing that this ride's done for the year, which again is quite sad. I like my Nitro rides, and while we weren't gonna get Holiday in the Park Nitro, unfortunately, I definitely want to see this ride go as long as possible. So here's hoping Nitro gets better, and we'll see when I ride it next, I guess. I also wish there was a scare zone back over here, because there's definitely a lot of space over here that could make for a really good one like we've seen in years past. That also includes the thing I miss the most personally, and that's Dead Man's Party. Mainly just because it was replaced by nothing, and in my eyes it's clearly a budget cut. I just enjoyed Dead Man's Party. It was a great cast. I enjoyed the performances, the songs, everything about it. So we'll see what happens with this space, but rip Dead Man's Party. This has really sort of just become a wander around the park day and see the scare zones, which, I mean, I kind of expected that, being this close to Halloween now, and it was pretty good weather today. In fact, yesterday I heard they had to park people in Hurricane Harbor, so just be prepared if you're coming to Fright Fest or really any park Halloween event, because they can get busy like it is tonight. All things considered, I actually don't think this is too bad of a wait for the Asylum, especially for it being the best maze here. So I'm gonna wait this one out and finish off on a bang.
This is crazy talk.
Yeah, that's still the best one. It definitely has the length to it. The sets are good. I mean, listen, I don't think any of the sets here are as good as anything at Haunt, but still, that was a fun maze. Definitely the most enjoyable one here at Great Adventures Fright Fest. Honestly, it was a miracle that I waited like 10 minutes for that. And it would have been shorter if the, wow, that is a bright light. And it would have been shorter if the grouper didn't have the flash pass on straight for like 5 minutes. So that's pretty much gonna do it here. I think I'm just gonna get something to eat and then head out. Alright, that'll do it from Fright Fest 2025. Did some things I didn't expect, but also wish I kind of did more. I'll be honest, for a Sunday, I thought it'd be a little less busy, but it felt like Saturday crowds, so maybe that's just because we're getting close to Halloween. Honestly, I go into these days knowing that I'm mostly going to be wandering around in the scare zone, seeing Unleashed, and enjoying the atmosphere. But that will conclude the Halloween events that I go to this year at parks. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the rest of the content remaining this year, as well as, if you just watch for Halloween content, next year's Halloween stuff. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a like. If you really liked it, make sure to subscribe. And with that being said, I think I'm tired and I'm gonna head home now.